Today's episode is going to be an In the Kitchen with Laura episode all about green beans. Now I'd like to thank my cousin Joanna who provided these particular beans, and we're going to go through how you process them. All right. Now today's going to be a little bit different background because I actually have the table set up for another program that I'm going to be doing real soon. But what we're going to be doing today is budding and tipping green beans. Now, as you get green beans from the field or the garden, you'll see that at end there's a little curly piece here and there's a little kind of stubby piece at this end, often with part of the stem you picked it off of left behind, especially if you're doing it in a hurry. But it is a very common thing. This one does. I can just quickly find several of them like that. It just happens when you're picking beans. So what we're going to do is called budding and tipping, and we're going to take the green beans and snap off with your fingernail the tip and the butt, and so you have a green bean that has a clean break on each side. And this is what you do when you're processing green beans to eat. Now I'm going to put my done ones in my bowl, and I'm going to keep doing it while we're talking a little bit. Now green beans, and if you haven't done it, it's just amazing what it feels like. Now I'm trying to decide. You can then break them in half and have them try and be about 2 inches. And you do that sometimes. I'm trying to decide how I want to do it today. If you see them in a green bean casserole or whatever, you'll see them about that 2-inch mark. And I guess I'm doing that because that's what my hands have decided. Another thing you need to do is look for kind of bad marks and break those off too. Now it isn't that those all are going to be bad, it's just they look terrible, and if you have enough green beans it is worth breaking the ends off. Now how I personally prefer green beans is cooked in a pressure cooker with a couple strips of bacon, and that is the best green beans in the world. Although there's different varieties of green beans, and you can certainly find different shapes and colors and sizes, and actually the ones I like best in the pan with those pieces of bacon are the large kind of flat pieces of green beans. You can find some there, usually a little olive color, and they're nice and flat, and for some reason that works the best with bacon. We go out of our way to find those. But you can do these pretty much any way you do normal green beans. You can saute them, you could cook them in a wok. They could be part of pretty much any kind of mixed vegetable dish. And sitting there, budding and tipping beans is just something that you would do, and especially if somebody came back to your kitchen door who is a good enough friend that you don't have to try and impress them, I could think that it would be a very conversational thing to do. Sit there and bud and tip beans. I used to do this a lot when I was a little kid. My grandmother grew a lot of green beans. I did it when I worked at Usher's Ferry in the historic cooking, and I'm doing it for you. And let's just see how many I can do. with that, we've got our bowl full of beans, and also our remains of butts and tips. So, I hope next time you are considering getting green beans, you will not just automatically grab for the can of green beans, but will try to button tip them yourself. I want to take a minute and talk about my chair today. This particular chair always got credit in my family from being made by my Grant Bookmeyer, who is my great-great-grandfather. Well, it turns out that this is a factory blank. You'll find a lot of them around. And what he probably had done was finish it and also do the cane seat. You'll find two different ways of doing a cane seat. One is basically getting a braided thing and putting it in there with just a few tucks. And the other way is to actually weave it yourself. My brother is excellent at that, and if I get a chance, I'll talk him into doing it. Let me just take a minute here and show you what the caning looks like. Remember to brighten the corner where you are and find me all around the web, on YouTube, on Blog Talk Radio, on my blog, on my website, all around the web under Trundlebed Tales. See you real soon, and I hope you enjoy the green beans.